The DR650 comes with virtually no protection, no skid plate, just those silly plastic handguards and a bit of wire mesh across the oil cooler. So in this episode we will look at ways to make the DR650 more crash proof for those long adventures. There's a lot of great protection available for the bushpig, and much of this we sourced from some great Aussie suppliers: B&B Offroad Engineering, Force Accessories and Vince Strang Motorcycles. Despite the cost of postage, all of these guys get international orders for their stuff, partly because the Aussie dollar is so low, but simply because the gear is ultra tough. These guys know how badly your average Aussie rides and how often the DR is getting dropped. Force Accessories bashplate. At the very least, Suzuki needed to put a plastic one on. It is rare, but it's possible to throw up a rock and crack your engine cases. The Force Accessories bashplate is a great balance between weight and strength at 1.5 kilograms. It takes plenty of punishment. It's available in a natural finish, but we opted for the black PPA finish, as the coating absorbs engine noise instead of reflecting it back up to the rider. The plate comes up nice and high to protect your cases, and of course you don't need to remove it when changing your engine oil. On my last DR, I flattened the frame rails on my very first ride when hopping a log, so I can't stress enough the importance of a very solid skid plate. This front sprocket case saver features a new heavy-duty design from B&B. It's CNC machined from 6mm alloy plate with a 4mm alloy front sprocket cover, and it serves a few purposes. One, it protects your cases if your chain ever snaps.
If this chain breaks and bunches up, this is going to stop this case from breaking. This thing wouldn't have a hope in hell.
2, you can clean mud out easily. 3, you can check your front sprocket wear at a glance. And 4, it's also very easy to see if you have any oil leaks from your countershaft seal. A decent bash plate will provide good protection for your clutch and ignition side covers, but we reckon it pays to double up with these B&B covers made from 2mm alloy 5052 plate. These are easy to fit using a high quality, heat resistant silicone adhesive. The standard mesh over the oil cooler is quite weak, so we opted for the B&B oil cooler guard. This is CNC machined from 2.5mm marine grade alloy. It covers the full length of the oil cooler, unlike the stock guard, so even the most determined stick won't be putting a hole in that oil cooler. If you grip your bike with your legs the way you should, your boots will rapidly wear the paint off your frame. B&B's frame guards are made from 2mm 5052 alloy and CNC machined in one piece for strength.
Now the handy thing on this side is it not only lets your boots slide past here easier, but it's protecting your rear brake master cylinder.
All these frame guards are supplied with the necessary mounts and stainless steel fittings. We'll look more at B&B's rear rack in our upcoming luggage episode, but we thought we'd mention it here because it does provide some added protection to the rear end of the DR, particularly if you ever flipped the bike. But of course, no one in their right minds would ever wheelie the bushpig, would they? It takes very little to dent the stock steel fuel tank, which also has a very small capacity for adventure riding. Plastic bends instead of denting, and at only US $274, this IMS 19-litre fuel tank is a great way to get 50% more fuel capacity as well. We also fitted this rear chain guide support plate from Vince Strang Motorcycles. If you are riding in rocky areas or deep ruts, this provides an added degree of protection and looks pretty cool as well. Vince Strang Motorcycles, or VSM, also do this rear rego plate bracket and LED light kit. that replaces the bulky stock setup that is just begging to collect mud or get smashed when you drop the bike in gnarly terrain.
An LED light, just a little bit less power draw on the battery.
Both of these Vince Strang items are high quality stainless steel and designed to last. The stock DR650 handguards are rubbish, and a proper set of handguards like these Fastway guards will properly protect your levers and hands. And they come in sizes to suit either the stock skinny bars or aftermarket fat bars. And speaking of handlebars, the stock steel handlebars do bend easily. The only plus being you can bend them back into shape if wanted. However, most guys fit a decent pair of alloy bars. We've run with the flex bars due to the usual upper body issues associated with being old farts and needing all the help we can get nowadays. The stock mirrors are great for not vibrating, but they do weigh a ton and are vulnerable to breaking. We've fitted the brilliant double take mirrors that use ram mounts so they are nearly indestructible, allow more positions than the Kama Sutra, they can be folded out of the way and are very light as well. An awesome bit of adventure riding bling.
Let's just add too, we've added a slider here on the GSXR pipe. This is something the guys in the super motard racing often do.
So that's all we've done so far. Depending on how hard your terrain is, it might be worth looking at front and rear disc guards. And a headlight protector can be handy if your mates up front keep roosting you. Undoubtedly, there are more protection options out there. Feel free to send in your suggestions. We'll add them in here.